Hello everyone. A viewer requested for me to analyze the Cylon fleet from Battlestar Galactica. In this video we'll be reviewing the ships from the 2004 and the 1978 show. Of course there's a difference in the Cylons from the original show to the reboot in 2004. In the original show, the Cylons were created by a reptile race who died out centuries ago, while the Cylons from the 2004 show were created by the humans. I would have to say both Cylon fleets and tactics are very similar, so I don't think it would be difficult to analyze them together. Also, the Battlestar Galactica show in 2004 included the Cylons and ships from the original Battlestar Galactica show in 1978. So there is some connections between the 1978 Cylons and the 2004 Cylons. Both fleets have a command-based structure, with the human Cylons in the I-3 series placed in charge, while the Centurions are the grunts of the fleet. They are the foot soldiers, pilots, and basically perform any function that's needed to keep the fleet running. The Cylons use an array of different weapons and technology, such as the turbo laser cannon, the mega pulsar guns, the laser torpedo, missiles, and defense systems. The torpedo laser cannon is also referred to as the defensive laser turret. After doing some research into this weapon, it seems like there's some disagreement among fans that the laser turret is not actually a laser, since it fires beams at a sub-light speed while lasers would be traveling at a speed of light. This laser is actually a plasma bolt, but I'll leave it up to you guys to decide if it's a laser or not. To me it just seems like a nitpicking issue. What really makes this weapon impressive is the range and power that it can sustain for great distance once fired, making this weapon great for defensive situations. The Omega Pulsar guns is also referred to as the long-range Omega Pulsar. This weapon is extremely powerful and capable of destroying another vessel with just a few shots. The Omega Pulsar is a hybrid between a neutron and a particle cannon. Once fired, a powerful ray of energy is released as a beam of pure destruction. The laser torpedo is the main weapon used by raiders and colonial fighters. In the original Battlestar Galactica show, or sometimes are referred to as the TV show in 1978, the weapon in the original TV show was explosive upon impact, once the ship had a solid lock onto the vessel. The missiles in Battlestar Galactica are just like modern missiles we have now. They explode once they hit their target. There are an array of different loads the missile can carry, but it's common for them to be nuclear. In the 2004 show, it's common to see an FTL drive in use, which is a propulsion system that can achieve faster than light travel by jumping to another point in space. Of course, we can't forget about kinetic energy weapons, which was a common weapon in the Battlestar Galactica TV show in 2004. Kinetic energy weapons is pretty straightforward. It causes damage as a result of kinetic energy, or in other words, the motion of a projectile. Once the projectile hits its target, it can cause an explosion. The last piece of main technology that the Cylon ships contain is a defense system, which just means that the ship has thick armor that can withstand an attack. There's some evidence of some kind of shield technology in the entrance of their bay area, but that's debatable. Now let's review the Cylon fleet ships. Starting out on the list is the Cylon Raider, which was used in great amount in both shows. The modern Raider is a radical redesign of the Raider from the Cylon War era. The Colonials did not encounter this fighter until 40 years after the Cylon War, where they launched a surprise attack against the 12 colonies. At a first glance, this fighter seemed to be mechanical in nature, like the Centurions, but later in the show we found out this vessel was biomechanical, with organs and a brain. The Raider was self-aware and is capable of thinking for itself, but it's less intelligent than humanoid Cylons, which is not surprising since they are the leaders. The Raider from the Battlestar Galactica show in 2004, or also referred to as the modern Raider, has a length of 8.94 meters and has an advanced FTL navigation system. The vessel is also armed with 2 kinetic energy weapons and conventional/nuclear missiles. For defense, the fighter also has an armored hull. The original Cylon Raider was the primary fighter in the Cylon fleet. While it's common to see one pilot operating a fighter, this vessel has 2 Centurions operating the ship in the front, while a 3rd Centurion sits behind giving commands. The Raider is 12.5 meters in length and is built with 2 sub-light engines for propulsion. This vessel is armed with 2 forward-firing laser cannons and bombs mounted beneath the wings. Even though this fighter is well armored and should be hard to destroy, they usually find themselves outmatched against Vipers. Before we go over the Cylon Heavy Raider, we have to talk about the Cylon Freighter, or also referred to as the Cylon Fuel Tanker, which is an unarmed ship that transports fuel and other goods. And the TV show Battlestar Galactica in 2004 also had a freighter, but its function was unknown. But we can probably conclude it probably has the same function as a classic Cylon Freighter. The Cylon Heavy Raider is typically used as a troop transporter that can carry up to 10 Centurions. This vessel is heavily armored and can take a severe punishment if needed. Even though this vessel can be piloted by a Centurion or a human Cylon, the ship is biomechanical, just like the Raider, and is capable of piloting itself. The vessel is propelled by 8 sublight boosters and RCS thruster. It's also armed with 2 tri-barrel automatic cannons and a ship-to-ship missiles, and as stated before, this vessel is heavily armored. What really helps the humanoid Cylons from being eliminated is the Resurrection Ship, which is a large slim vessel which resurrects humanoid Cylons who are killed or lost. It also has a storage function as well. The vessel is equipped with a sublight and an FTL engine. The main issue with the ship is that it does not carry offensive or defensive capabilities, and it relies on the Cylon fleet to protect it. The next vessel and the last in the list is the Cylon Basestar, which is the backbone of the Cylon fleet. In each show they have their own Basestar with very similar designs. In the 2004 Battlestar Galactica, the Basestar operates more like a ship carrier than anything else. Just like the modern Raider, this design of Basestar was not seen until 40 years after the end of the Cylon War. It's equipped with a superior jump system, giving it the ability to chase down a Battlestar. The vessel is armed with nuclear and conventional missiles, with 220 launchers, and it can carry a maximum amount of 792 Raiders as well. In my opinion, the classic Cylon Basestar is more superior than the modern Basestar. Even though the vessel is suspected not to be able to carry the same amount of fighters, with an estimate of 300, its armament is far more superior. It's armed with 2 long-range megapulsars, and is defended by 100 defensive laser turrets and a defense system. In my opinion, the overall design of the Cylon fleet in both shows, it seems to be created to overwhelm their enemies. The main ship, the Basestar, is a huge ship capable of giving and taking massive damage. It also carries a great amount of fighters, which can easily overwhelm an unprepared Battlestar. Even though both Cylons seem to be victorious against the humans in the beginning of the show with their limited design ships, but it would be nice in future shows to get a variety of different Cylon vessels, if that ever happens. What's your thoughts on the Cylon fleet overall, and what is your favorite ship? Also, video ideas are always welcome, so please leave a comment below on other sci-fi content you want me to go over. If you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on my socials. Displayed on the screen are 2 other videos you might be interested in. Thank you for watching Utopian Broadcast, and I'll see you next time on my channel. Thank you.